At our home every single Monday, as well as take the points on Saturdays from 11 to 1. And tonight, you get a double shot of Rockman Edge with Jimmy B, as we'll be hosting tonight's NCAA tournament, San Diego State and UConn. And tip-off at 6:20. We'll be giving away the cash just for watching the game, as we'll be doing squares and props. They're all free. Just got to be down here. $25 is what we give you if you win those, as well as we're hoping. They ran out of our beer, the Rockman Lager. They ran out at halftime on Saturday, which we're kind of pissed off about. So, in a good way, that means it was selling, which was good. But we do not know, because we haven't seen the food and beverage folks here yet, to see if they have refilled those kegs.
Refreshed.
Got some new ones. So, Huss Brewery, I hope you're listening. You got to get some kegs over here quick. You got till 6 o'clock. So, Casey joins us now from the CAZ Sportsbook. Kind of put a bow on Saturday. And let's get it out of the way now. You're 2-1. The Sox are 2-1. All right, Boston's 2-1.
Here we go.
All right, Phillies we're coming off slow, but we're still hungover from making the World Series. So I didn't see you guys in the playoffs last year.
It's all right. We're winners in Boston.
Good job, Casey. So all right, so get used to it if you're a Boston fan. I know a lot of you out here. A bunch of assholes listening. So you guys are more welcome to listen when Casey's on every Tuesday, or excuse me, every
We
Monday.
welcome you in.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
But we love it. It's all in fun. So let's put a bow on Saturday. Okay, so Saturday you had two games here. Let's start with FAU and San Diego State. Where was most of the action on?
For that game, most of the action was actually on the Florida Atlantic money line.
Okay.
So the spread in the game was plus 2.5. So they would have covered the spread, but most of the money there was on the money line, as everybody wanted to, the Cinderella.
Sure.
Out, so.
Yep. So the game ends. We were here. The place goes nuts, right? It's 17 seconds left. Butler hits it. It's a San Diego State miracle. Did you guys? I wasn't paying attention because we were involved in the game. Did all of a sudden was there like a huge flood at the kiosk? People want to get their money because people get their money right away, don't they?
Oh, it's crazy. But sometimes you have, if the game goes over, you got people in line before the game's even over wanting to collect their money. We got to tell them, hey, it's 5-10 minutes, give them some time to grade the game.
Yeah.
They're already ready to get
There's
the money.
some legalities, God forbid, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So then the second game you had UConn and Miami. Where did that start at first, where most of the action was?
Majority of the money was on UConn. Everybody's been betting them since the Elite Eight. Ever since the Final Four, everybody's betting them to win the tournament, betting them to win the game. Pretty much same thing we got going on tonight.
And nobody's afraid of that point spread, right?
No, not at all.
So it opened at 7.5, and here we are at 2:50. Got about 3 hours before game time, 3.5 hours. What's the spread right now?
The spread right now is UConn is favored. They're -7. The total's dropped a little bit down to 131.5.
Can you educate at least me? These guys might know, but what makes the line drop or go the other way on the same day? What do you think? Is it amount that's getting placed on each side or either side?
A majority of it's based off of money. So the public a lot of the times wants to bet overs. So a lot of times if you see a line move, it's going to be because of money wagered. But obviously all the odds and stuff like that are universal. So there's certain respected bettors that'll bet and they can just move the line, whether they bet 10,000 or not.
Really?
When do you make your decision? Okay, we've got to move the line. When does that happen?
So we get all of our lines through a company called OpenBet.
Okay.
And OpenBet will monitor, worldwide what's going on, where more money's placed.
So this is worldwide, not just here at the casinos, how you guys operate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
You said there are bettors out there that affect the line. We're talking about major league hitters here. Explain that a little bit.
I told you how much I put down.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, Rob.
That $25.
Yeah,
25.
The credit that Rock contributes to. Okay, so that guy that puts out $500K every other day or that kind of stuff?
Not really that, to be honest with you. Like sharp bettors, a majority of the time they have a hard time getting, say, money down. It's not necessarily being able to bet a lot.
Right.
They might only be able to bet 5,000, 10,000, sometimes 20,000. And all the markets respect that better, and they can just determine the line. Like, for instance, a guy like a Billy Walters or somebody like that. He was just a respected sports bettor. He had a bunch of different runners going, all different casinos moving lines to favor him.
Interesting.
That is-
Interesting. Yeah. How that takes
Yeah,
place.
he only had 10 grand to put down.
Yeah,
he's-
that's it. That's
No,
that's
but
kind of
like-
like you,
but like you said, runners. So you
Yeah.
had 10,
Yeah.
20, 30 guys doing that.
working for him. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm real curious. A lot of places will have a ceiling on what the size of wager they will take. Do you guys have that here as well?
Yeah, we have limits per sport, each thing. If you're
Okay.
a regular casino guest, somebody like that, sometimes we can fluctuate the limits, raise them for certain people, things like that.
For your players and people that
VIPs.
the VIPs.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I was going to say anybody can come in here right now. College basketball sides 10,000, no problem.
Okay.
Totals 5,000,
Okay.
things like that.
So when you see a little run, not that you guys have, but maybe in your past, if you see a little bit of a run of 10,000 for different people, does the light go on that there's something going on, or that's not big enough to really? I mean, it is big money, but is it really regulated that way?
No, I mean, it'll definitely catch your eye if you're starting to watch it all the time, but it's not really necessarily about the money. It's about the line movement. Do they beat the closing line?
Oh, okay.
So say a
Oh,
line,
okay.
so say San Diego State opened at +7.5. So say the person bets at +7.5,
3 minutes.
and then all of a sudden the line drops down to 6. They had the best of the value because they had +7.5.
Right. So some guys will say, "Well, I'm not gonna make my wager until like 3 minutes before game time." And then I talk to other guys who say, "Oh, I'm going to get in like 2 days in advance." Can you kind of set up how that works and who's right on that, or is anybody right?
It could go either way. I mean, a lot of your sharper bettors are going to want to get down earlier on in the week, especially when you're talking football,
Okay.
because later on in the week you might have injury reports, things like that come out that affect the line. So right there they want to take advantage of it. Like for instance, earlier this year in the NFL season, when the Chargers played the Broncos up in Denver opened as -3.5. Everybody was pounding San Diego. That line ended up going up to Denver +5.
Wow.
So right there, you had an 8-point swing depending on when you bet.
2
each
minutes.
week.
Right.
Casey,
Wow.
my last one. If you're new to sports gambling, okay, what kind of recommendations would you give? Is it money line? Is it point spreads, over unders? What do you think is the best way to get started? And do you guys kind of help people if they come up to the booth and say, you can kind of walk people through? Because I know when I bet horses and stuff like that, I'm trying to, Quintella or whatever they're called. I'm trying to figure out, and I'm usually asking the guy or gal, hey, can you walk me through this? Because I want this horse, and that horse.
He just
Box it, and all.
Box it, yeah.
So, do you guys? I mean, what do you recommend?
For most starters, I would recommend normally just betting against the point spread.
Okay.
So take the spread like -7, something like that, because a lot of the times it's going to be -110. Whereas if you're doing like a money line tonight for UConn, they're -375. So you're going to have to bet $375 to make 100.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So the best way to go, I would say, is to do straight bets to start. And yeah, I mean, of course, come in anytime you want. We got a very, friendly, helpful staff. They'll
Definitely.
be happy to guide you.
They'll
through
help
everything.
you right there.
What are the hours to actually be able to talk to somebody here at the CAZ Sportsbook?
Yeah, so we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So you can come in anytime, see a person. But we also have 6 kiosks throughout the casino that you can use 24/7. As well as if you have a winning ticket and we're closed, you can go to the main cage during our hours that we're closed.
Oh,
Get
really?
your
Okay,
money
so
that
you
way,
can go
too.
anywhere.
That's
It's
super
okay
cool.
to get paid.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, this is great, man. Because again, it's education.
1 minute.
Because since when it's just became legal in the
Yeah.
last year and a half or
Yeah.
so. So I know people are still trying to figure it out, and I think it's great that you can physically, put a bet in and physically get the money rather than doing an app.
It's more fun that way.
I think so too.
Yeah, of
So,
course. And,
but good stuff. So we appreciate you, buddy, and we'll look forward to doing this on Saturdays. We'll take the points with Jackson and Bauer and Gross, and then we'll have you back here next week. So
sounds
thanks so
good.
much for the time.
Thanks,
we appreciate
Casey.
it.
Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys.